Templum Yoga right now. This is streaming to several YouTube channels, several Instagrams. There's a logo in the top left of this. I don't know if it shows on your end. It says Stand with Ukraine hashtag. That's not mine. That's the software that put it there. I try to get rid of it. I don't support that. So that's just what it is. So we'll see that later. That's what that is. We're also live on Instagram. And this is about yoga online this weekend and next weekend and every weekend. So I have a studio now. You know, I taught at many people's studios for many years. I taught at over 65 yoga studios around the country, over 220 or so workshop events, which are something special, extra of and beyond just like a regularly scheduled class, which I did many of those also. And I've given a lot free. You know, we have many YouTube videos and a lot of free lessons that never got captured, a lot of testimonies and all that stuff. But now I have what's called brick and mortar, like physical location. I'm part owner of a Warrior Fitness set that I also teach wrestling. That was my background before yoga. So it's really interesting because I'm teaching wrestling from like a health and wellness mindset, you know, neck and spine positioning and how to warm up properly. And like, it's a really interesting thing. And then my yoga is called Beast Yoga or Yoga for Beasts. Because a lot of the clients are guys. The worldwide movement that I'm a part of, that I'm captain of, is called IMC Nation. And the guys do a lot of calisthenics and in some cases weightlifting and bodybuilding and whatever. And myself also, I do calisthenics and I do jiu-jitsu and wrestling and other, martial arts and whatever. So there's certain tensions that come with that. And it's not similar from guys that work or girls that work at computer or desk work or other kinds of work like that. I have a PhD and I spent a lot of time behind the laptop and the cell phone. Currently, my occupation is behind the cell phone a lot. I drove a lot. And those have a lot of those tensions that are really common in society with the forearm and the fingers and then the tongue and the calves. And so many nuances, little muscle groups that have big effects throughout the body, including your heart rate and your chemistry, how you breathe. And it just has this kind of snowball effect. If you just affect your breathing just a little bit, you have that effect for a long time. It accumulates into acidifying the body or alkalizing the body, which affects your metabolism. If your body's acidic or alkaline, that just a little pee up and down affects how you assimilate food, how you process nutrition, how you build muscle, so much. How you think, really, your mood and attitude. I mean, there's long, far-reaching, you could call it consequences or effects of your chemistry. So yoga is very helpful for de-stressing. Everybody knows that, or if you don't, I mean, I'll be the first to tell you. But a lot of people put a lot of effort into their yoga. The Bikram studio here in San Jose, California is the number one Bikram studio in North America and has the world champion senior division woman as the owner. And it's as good as any Bikram studio I've been to. I've been to over a dozen studios that I've practiced at. I never taught at a Bikram studio because they're very like internal. They only, with their Bikram teachers. I've been to many other studios. I've practiced at over 100 studios, and meaning taking classes there. And people, they give too much effort when they're doing yoga, and they leave tense. They have tense necks, tense tongues, tense breathing. They might be a little bit more stretched out, meaning their muscles have elongated, but that doesn't mean that they're more supple or soft. And like I've said in previous videos, for lack of a better word, their bodies become kind of brittle and prone to injury because there's so hardness and tension in their muscles, even though they've stretched them long. And so a kind of yin approach or a yin aspect to really releasing all the fascia and the muscle attachments so the muscles are soft. The problem with yin is it's very imbalancing. You end up overstretching one side or the other, and it doesn't build strength. It just builds a softness. You soften up. And there are benefits to hardening and a strengthening, solidifying of the muscles. So I have both approaches and the mindset of a warrior that I'm looking to make my body an instrument for my purpose, for what I'm doing. And I'm not looking to get a workout out of my yoga, although that happens. I'm looking to release more energy that I already have in me that's being pent up in tension and whatever. This is my philosophies and my mentality about practicing yoga. So I've accumulated a lot of interesting and great techniques that are small, subtle, that guys that they've come in that are tense, they can't do hardly anything. I mean, when you go to a yoga class, they can't get their knee to their elbow. And that's like pretty basic. I mean, some of them are great or whatever, but I have modifications that are available to them. And when you come to my online streaming class, you'll see those modifications. I'll give you the advanced versions of it. And there'll be techniques that you can use on your own. That's the idea, that I practiced at home. That's where I got so good at yoga. And I don't think there's something so special about me that I got so good at yoga. I mean, maybe it's divine, maybe it's God-given. I have an eye for it. I've studied. I've practiced a lot at home because I found my own salvation through yoga. And I wasn't looking. The yoga class has been satisfactory. They don't do long enough shavasanas. They don't do. In some cases, they do good warm-ups, but a lot of times they don't have warm-ups. They're parroting instructions, so you're not learning much if you've been to the class several times, and you start to tune out. And that's not the point of yoga. You want awareness in the moment. So I'm not going. Although I do repeat techniques, it's explained in a way. I have enough feedback to know that I'm teaching you in a way that you can learn it over video. Obviously, it's better in person, but it's really not that much better in person. I mean, I walk around. I don't do much extra in person. You'll see it all online. The camera angle will be good. The reception is good. I've tested it there, and you'll get the recordings. And so for about $5 a class, you'll get these 30-minute class recordings that will show you how to relax more deeply than you do. It would be like, there's a lot of things that I combine, such as yoga nidra, if you've heard of yoga nidra, a kind of alert sleep where a practitioner will guide you through how to rest your body, but with alertness so that you don't fall asleep, but you learn to consciously relax. I've brought that into what I do. So yin, power yoga, yoga nidra, these are the things. And then a lot of yoga physiology and anatomy that is also not explained in a lot of places. You can find bits and pieces of this elsewhere. And there are a lot of great teachers out there, like my teacher, Robert Bustani, and other teachers that I've learned from, David Garrigue and David Swenson and Doug Swenson and all these guys. So I just bring my unique angle. I bring it to you in a understandable way, in a language that you can relate with. I'm tech savvy, so I deliver it to you. And that's, the benefits of training with me. So I recommend it for everybody. The price will increase next month because you get all the recordings. So I'll probably increase it to $55 and then $66 and then $77. And I'll just keep going until I don't want to go anymore because you'll get the benefit of all the previous recordings. And that's what I have to say about that. So I see there's several people online watching in various platforms. Ninth Limb Yoga, salute. I've put the link in the description so that you can check it out. You should have a way to contact me if you have any questions. I don't know why you would really have too many questions about it, but my Instagram is PhD Yogi Chris. So you could, and then Facebook, Chris DeVilbus. And do you have any questions about it? Or
what time is it at?
It's at 2 p.m. on Saturdays, Pacific time. So what would that be? 5 Eastern or whatever. If you're in Europe, other places, guys buy from all over the place. Most of my following is guys because I'm that macho teacher. I don't shy away from women. I'm alpha. And a lot of women in the yoga community, men too, they're too sensitive to practice with me. They don't like the language. And that's fine. I'm not for you. I don't need you. You need me. You might not think so, but it's funny. I mean, there was a girl messaging me this morning that came to my yoga workshop in like Jacksonville, Florida, like 4 years ago. She's still miserable with all the teachers she's working with. Like, I know what I'm talking about. You just don't. So that's fine. If you're on my channel, you probably already know that. So it's 12 p.m. on Sundays, 2 p.m. on Saturdays, Pacific time. That's what it would be online also. And then the recordings you can practice anytime. Anything else?
It's the price locked in, or like?
Once you sign up, then it's that price forever. I'll raise the price for future signups, but your price would stay at what it is. So you get what's called like grandfathered in or fathered into the subsequent months. But if you ever unsubscribe, and then sign up again, then you come in the new price.
Yeah, that's so.
Great questions. My personal assistant here. Any questions? That's good. Okay, thank you, everybody. I hope to see you on the program. If you are on Zoom, when you join the class, I would be able to look at, what you're doing and give you some feedback. But also, there's a lot of support. We have a Telegram chat group for the guys and another one for the girls. So if you have any specific questions about techniques that are shown in the classes, or, request is not in the chat, or any requests about movements to go over, if I don't, catch you live, then you can always make requests. I'm personally available. I want you to get a great yoga experience. And I don't even necessarily want you to stop going to the yoga studios or going to the yoga teachers you go to. I'm going to show you things that have to deal with your nervous system, with your tongue, your eyes, your fingers and calves, and your ears and your diaphragm, things that they're not going to show you that I innovated. I wouldn't say I invented, but I've innovated from all of my research because of my emphasis on rest, relaxation, and calmness when it comes to communication and relationships. And because of how I hustled and traveled the world and the country, especially just zigzagging, driving, always promoting myself on my phone, I was just always on it. And so I had to calm down to practice because injuries happen if you're too excited and practicing too consistently. So, I mean, I have this mentality, like I said, when I'm coaching the wrestling, I have a health and mindset mentality. I don't know if that's redundant, a mindset mentality, a health and wellness mentality when it comes to teaching the yoga, but I don't want injuries. I want longevity of practice. So with that, I hope to see you on the program. All the best.